There's no way I'm losing. The only way I'm losing is if I stop. So I always tell that to myself. If I quit, I'm gonna lose. If I keep going, I'm gonna keep going.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Born in Tint podcast. I'm Ricky. Glad to be here with my big brother, Josh.
How's it going, everyone? Today we had a conversation with Rene, Arce, with Vegas Street Dogs, young entrepreneur out there selling hot dogs wrapped in bacon. Check it out.
Thanks for coming down today.
Yeah, perfect.
I appreciate it. My big thing is, obviously, you have I want to say affinity, but like you are an entrepreneur, like to the fullest of what I see on from what I see on your social media. I think you commented or you engaged with one of the posts that when we had Nero, from Slinging Tacos.
Yeah.
I think at the time you had like 700 followers.
Yeah.
And now you're up to 12,000.
12,000. Yep. There we go.
How'd you do that?
Constant. The reels. You know what I realized? It's connecting with the people. I like connecting with the people. You know, that's what a lot of people like. You know, you could post your hot dogs. You know, everybody posts their food, but people don't connect with their people, and people like having a connection with somebody. You know, so I guess that's what intrigued people to follow me, and you know, I'm climbing. So I guess it was the connection that I have with the people, and I guess the younger people too. They like seeing a young person go out there and get it. You know, and I guess, yeah, man. That's what built me up. I guess it was just the connection that I have with the people.
Non-stop consistency.
Yeah.
And you're not just posting, you're replying to people, having conversations.
Yeah.
So like it's so common. We've had so many people on now that have started businesses and that's the thing they figured out. And then their social blows up and then everything else follows.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, man.
Hot dogs. Yeah. What's the backstory on that?
Hot dogs. I was, I guess 14. I'm 23 now. I was like 14. My family grew up in the restaurant business. They grew up selling food, you know, from on the streets to having restaurants, to having food trucks, all that. I didn't want to leech on them. And I was like, I want to start my own thing, you know. And the most basic thing that I thought was hot dogs, you know. Well, how much could a bun and a weenie cost? You know, it was cheap, you know. It was easy prep, very cheap to do. And I was like, that's a good way to start my business and start learning a business, you know, because I know nothing about owning a business or running a business. So I was like, hot dogs is the easiest way I could do it right now. And hot dogs was it. I was like, I want to do hot dogs. And it took me a couple of years to start it. Funny story is I started randomly. Me and my stepbrother went to a casino. Funny story. Went to a casino and we lost a lot of money. I was like, how could we get my money back? Start the hot dogs, you know. We could start selling hot dogs, we get the money back. And
that's such a Vegas story.
Yeah, it was like we could start selling hot dogs. He was like, all right, man. And then we bought a little grill, little Blackstone for $200. Bought the napkins, bought the weenies, and got straight to work. Yeah.
So now I saw the other thing I see with your posts is like is when you pop up, you post where you're at, and then pretty much you're there until you sell out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
So that's what you just pick a different spot and do pop-ups?
I got my regular location. It's on the east side of Las Vegas by Pecos and Owens, around there. I used to live around that neighborhood, and then I always seen this. I sell next to a church. So in that church, there's a big fat sidewalk and a bunch of parking. I was like, that's a perfect spot because a lot of people like to pull up where it's convenient for them. You know, they don't want to having to find a parking spot and then, you know, walk far. And I was like, I got my location. Right there's the location. And I'll be posted up right there. Or people hit me up and be like, can you sell over here? And I sell over there, you know, for special events or something like that. Right. But I got my set location, though. My set location for now. Yeah.
All right. So it starts with a Blackstone and a trailer. What's the end goal?
No, actually, I started a Blackstone on top of a pickup truck. Okay. I put the Blackstone on top of the pickup truck because I was scared of the city. If the city would come on, they were like, oh, they're going to take my things. And the top of a pickup truck is already top of a pickup truck. When the city comes, I could leave, you know. It's easy to go. So I started with the pickup truck. My stepbrother didn't want to do it no more. So he left me with the Blackstone. He left me with the things. And it took me roughly a year to build my trailer. And I hooked that trailer into my car. And then, yeah, we got to work. I got to work again by myself now. I'm by myself now. So more money for me, I guess, but it's like more work, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the goal is to get a food truck. That's the goal. Yeah.
Anything beyond the food truck?
Restaurants.
Restaurant.
Food truck, restaurants, and just keep going from there,
Just keep building.
I like business, so it's not just going to be restaurants. I want to own more businesses when it comes along the way, I want to own banquet halls. I don't know if you call that, where you throw parties, venues.
Yeah.
I like
Banquet
that
hall.
too. Yeah. Do a lot of businesses like that. Yeah.
What has been the biggest, say, like, I don't know, your biggest surprise? Well, you can see you learn the business as you go.
Mm-hmm.
What's been the biggest, I guess, what am I trying to think of here?
Obstacle.
Thank you. Obstacle. That was. What's been the biggest obstacle? Your biggest learning lesson as you go along the way? I mean, for us, when our dad, obviously we got into this industry because our dad started the business, and it's just like, hey, you're going to the shop on the weekend because that's where mom and dad are going. So we got lucky in the fact that we got to grow up in a small business, and then we got even luckier that we learned the trade. For me, I ended up like loving the trade. No, it's pretty much the same thing for him too. Mm-hmm. That we ended up just loving the trade, and then we continued on. And then as my dad and my mom stepped away from the business, it's like we knew about business to a point, and thankfully we're very lucky in the fact that with social media, YouTube, and everything, like, I mean, you can know as much as you want to know. Yeah. Like, how much time are you going to put into learning? Mm-hmm. But it was like the same thing. It's like it was us stepping into the open ocean, especially as we started scaling the business. It's like, I know how to tint the hell out of a window, but like actually scaling a business, like, are we doing it properly? Did I make the right decision? It's like, we're learning as we go right now. So what's been your biggest obstacle or your best like learning point up to this point?
I learned that I got to put in that work. If I don't put in that work, I'm not getting no results at all, And there'd be days where I'm like, damn, man, do I really want to be out there? Like when it was hot, I was like, man, I do not want to be out there right now. But once I put myself out there was actually that one viral video, the first viral video that went viral. I didn't want to be out there that day. I was like, I don't want to be out there. I do not want to be out there. But I push myself out there, and thank God I pushed myself out there. It went viral, and that's when I started getting my little followers. But the biggest obstacle is getting up and getting to work. It's just learning that you have to do it. If you're not going to do it, you're not going to progress on anything.
Yep.
So for now, that's the biggest obstacle. It's just working, getting to it, because I barely started 6 months officially on my business, 6 months. And there's been days where I don't go and I don't feel good about it. And then my followers start dropping. Once I go, my followers start going up again. And yeah, man, it's just the work. It's just putting in that work that, can I say it? Is the biggest obstacle. It's just getting up and getting to work right now, as in for right now. But what am I saying? I lost my train of thought. Brain farts.
No,
happens. But yeah, man, it's just putting in that work.
Yeah. No, that's probably one of the most important things is that, having, for, I guess, in our industry, having installers and stuff, they see what the ticket is on a certain project or something. And like, oh my God, look how much money this job is. And they think like, oh, like, I'm just going to go do this. I can go do this myself. And it's like, dude, by all means, if you want to, I'll help you. But like, there's a lot of grinding that goes into running a business. And as far as I'm concerned, I think that's with almost any business. You look at the most successful people, you have to put the work, you got to put the time in. Yeah. Like, it's not like just all of a sudden like, oh, I'm super successful. No, you don't see what happens in the background. You don't see that. Yes, now we're at a point when I go on vacation, because thankfully the team that we have built up and the culture we've made within our company, I can actually go on vacation now. And for the most part, I don't hear much. But at the same time, am I still looking at like the weekly of like, all right, how many leads did we get in? How many consultations are being done? How many approvals? Like that stuff doesn't get turned off on my phone. Like, I'm still looking at it. Like, I'm trying to turn it off and be present with my family, and I am. But beyond that, like, I'm still looking at it, because when it comes down to it, like, the responsibility lays on my shoulders of like, we got to make sure things are still operating constantly. When you're an installer or just a laborer in general, like, when you get off, you're off. You don't got to worry about anything past that. Yeah. You have to sit there and game plan the fact of like, you're sitting here 6 months in right now, and like you said, you want to get to all right, food truck. Like, you have to start lining that stuff up. You can't just like, when you get done for the day, like, oh, I'm just gonna go chill and relax. I almost guarantee that stuff's still rolling around in your head constantly, right? Yeah,
no. Once we get off of work, we're gonna go work again, prep more, And I still got my 9 to 5 too. I still work at an Amazon factory. I still work that too, and people don't realize that either, because I don't tell people, But I work from there. Right after selling hot dogs, I go home and start prepping some more for the next day. Keep it fresh. And yeah, it's just constant work. You know, when I'm not working, I'm replying to people online. And then if I'm not replying to people, I'm making sure, because I got my 2 little employees now. Thank God, you know, I got the help. I'm helping them out. I'm teaching them how to prep, how to wrap weenies, how to do all of that. So yeah, it is constant work. It is constant work. And I'm always thinking in my head, like, I gave myself 2 years to get a lunch truck. So I got that pressure on me. I put that pressure on myself. So I'm constantly just thinking of new ideas of what I could add to the hot dogs, uh, what I could do to promote my business, you know, like videos, just constant, like you said, constant. You always just keep going and going. Yeah, man.
Got to keep learning. Got to keep stay ahead of the 8 ball as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
As soon as you think you have it all figured out, that's your undoing right there.
Yeah.
Like, you always got to keep grinding. Always, and again, always keep learning. See what the new trends are, especially when it comes to like social media right now.
Yeah.
Like that is, I mean, that's one of the main reasons. Well, actually, that is the reason why we started the podcast. Was now we have a consistent output of social media clips nonstop. And then beyond that, we talked to our industry people, but it was also, let's start reaching out to local businesses, because then that's just cross-pollination.
Yeah.
You know, they have their followers, we have our followers. If we can, you know, help try to promote somebody, we know that they have a following that, you know, if we're able to get some of their customers, and also we're able to get some of our customers to go to them and help everyone out, you know.
Hell yeah, networking, yeah. I love that.
Yeah, your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
For a certainty. As the one thing I've loved about doing this so much is the fact of just being able to sit down and have a conversation with, I mean, the industry ones are fun, but I like doing the non-industry ones because then it's just hearing how someone has pushed themselves, started their business, grown their following. Like, that's the stuff where it's like, I know that I'm always going to be learning. And it's like, I know we can always keep growing. So any small little snippet of information, like I could hear one thing and be like, that conversation was worth everything because of that little piece of information. Now I need to implement it, because that's the other side of that sword is you can hear it, learn it, but are you going to implement it? Yeah. Like we put ourselves out there when it comes to our local competition or our local other tint shops of like, hey, this is what we do. And it's like, this is how we found our success. Some people would say like, oh, aren't you scared that's going to help them? Like, fine, because if they start pushing their social media the same way, all they're going to do is grow the pie like we are, inform our consumer base even more of what we can do. And then there's so much work out there. There's no reason for us to be fighting. It makes zero sense, you know? Yeah. I would imagine same thing like that in the food industry, because like, you know, with food trucks, I'm not saying they're everywhere, but they pop up constantly. Everywhere, man. They're everywhere.
Yeah, man. Everybody's got to eat, right?
Yeah.
There's a thing I love about having like young entrepreneurs on is like how you've built your social media as quick as you have. What are your main social medias as far as you're actually seeing a return from? Is it mostly Instagram or?
Instagram, yeah.
All right. So here's a question I've got. This is like us learning while we're doing podcasts. And even we just had an academy this last week. And both of the people we had here from out of town were younger. Similar story, kind of started from the ground up, but just in the tin industry. And they're having a bunch of success with Snapchat.
Snapchat.
You ever use Snapchat?
Man, to be honest, I didn't even know Snapchat was still like.
That's what I said. And then they showed us the results they're having from it, and I was like, oh. And then I went and talked to my teenage kids this weekend. Like, are your friends still on Snapchat? Like, yeah. Like, how do they use it? And it's like, oh, that's interesting. So that's like another one that I think we're gonna start looking at. Even showing like the map. There's like a map feature on there where you can see where all the people you follow and friends are. And they're like using that with their business. So like as personal as you're getting with your people, it feels to me like that would be a good one, especially because then, especially being a food, like you're going to be at a new location. People that are following you on there will see exactly where you're at. Because you can see where everybody's at on the map. And like, that's like totally new to me because I've never even messed with
Very
Snapchat.
Convenient too.
Yeah. And for younger people, it seems like that's where they're drawn to. So it's like, every different demographic is another opportunity.
Hell yeah, man.
So
I mean, I need to hop on whatever's like trending, you know, because it's good for the business.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So I didn't know people still use Snapchat. To be honest, haven't used Snapchat like a good 5 years.
Yeah, I'm so old. I've never even used it, but I know because as soon as Instagram stole the stories, I think that was like, oh well, there's no reason to go on there. Yeah. But it sounds like there's still a lot of people on there. So
hey, man, I'm gonna hop on it if there is. You know.
But they had a good point behind it. It's like. You're pitching towards a younger generation. That generation is going to get older. And then eventually they're going to have cars. They're going to have houses. And if you've already built up that following from when they were younger to the point when they are now working, have jobs, and now they have money to spend, like they already trust you. So it's like, why am I going to look anywhere else? I'm going there.
And you're going to get the small percentage of them that are still younger, but they're hustlers, they're grinders, and they already do have a car. They already do have a small business that they're popping up. So yeah, like that, I don't know, just the idea that you built your social up so quickly on Instagram, it just feels like that's like more of the secret sauce there if you're trying to grow. Like,
I feel like if someone's trying to go, it's just connect with the people, just connect with whoever, I talk to the camera like if I'm talking to the homies, I'm just being myself, and people like me being myself.
Yep.
So that's what I do. I never try to fake the funk. I'm not trying to, be someone I'm not, and people like me for me.
Yep.
I'm not hiding myself. I'll I don't know if I can say it, like I'll smoke a joint on the camera because I'm not gonna lie, that's me.
Yeah.
And then I would yeah, man. It blew up quick. I still can't believe it doesn't feel real when I see those 12,000 followers. I'll be like, damn, I'm reaching 13,000 almost. 2 more hundred. And I look at it, I was like, it feels like nothing because it was like that. In 6 months, I was like, I can't believe it. And I have a lot of people come to my hot dog stand and just younger people like 16, 17, 18. They're like, how do you do it? Like, well, like, why do you want to do this? Like, I don't know. It's a good feeling having those followers and having those people come up to me and feel like, oh, damn, like I see you all over Instagram. You're all over Instagram, and it doesn't feel real at all. That's why I like it. I like posting online. It's a new thing for me. Remember my first video? I was nervous. I was like, yo, what's up? My name is Rene, and then I want to start doing this. And I did it,
Yeah, I think getting over that fear is most people's biggest obstacle.
I would say that's the hardest step right there is actually doing it in action. Because that was the same thing we said to the two guys that were in here this past weekend. Yeah. And they both said, one guy was already doing videos. One guy says, like, I don't want to record myself, or, it's like, dude, you are the brand. It's your business. That is you. Like, do you want to be able to gain more of a following and have more of a grab of the marketplace? Like, you need to put yourself out there. I mean, I didn't have an Instagram up until like literally us starting to do this. Like just before we started doing this, I'd only started it because I got into ultra running, and like the only way to get sponsored in ultra running, which it's like, I'm just trying to get discount on shoes and stuff. Like, and shits are expensive. All the gear and stuff, it can get expensive. So you can get sponsorships through all of the manufacturers, but they'll give you like 30% off. And like, that adds up. If I'm going through running shoes, like 2 or 3 different pair of running shoes a year, those things are $150, $170 a piece. I'm trying to save as wherever I can. And it was like pretty much, what are your social media handles? I was like, Facebook. And I don't ever post, and I hardly ever comment. It was just one of those things, like I had it because my wife made it for me. And it's just like, whatever. And then it's like, all right, no, I actually have to do this. And like, I got to actually put out what I'm doing because that's what they're looking for. Yeah. They want to be able to say like, hey, we sponsor this person. These are how many miles they're running. And like, this is their story. It's a reality TV show cut down into your hand, and everyone's staring at their phone. Yeah. That's where the eyes are at. So it was like, I kind of had to force myself into it. And now more than ever, it's even more, I have to start talking in front of the phone over and make pitching, be able to help ourselves with our leads. And it's something that's like, you're not going to get better at it unless you start doing it. Yes, you're going to suck to begin with. Oh, man. You're going to stumble over words over and over again. You're probably going to do I just did a video like 2 weeks ago where I was trying to mimic our business mentor. Pretty much gave me a game plan. Like he shot a video like first take, 45 minutes, like selling our product. And it's like, he doesn't even.
45 seconds.
Whatever. I'll say 45 seconds. Like first take, just nailed it. 45 seconds. Grabbed a computer, thought in his head for a second, and just nailed it. I came back to the shop and was trying to do it. It took me like 164 takes. Yeah, I was here for 2 hours. Yeah. Like my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm almost done." I'm just like, I'd get halfway through the pitch and then I'd forget what I was going to say, or I'd be reading, or I'd be talking, and then it's like I'm looking at myself. And then all of a sudden, like I'm looking at myself, seeing like, all right, what am I doing? And then it's like, and then forget what I'm gonna say again. And it's like, all right, try it again. But as I've progressively kept doing it now, you get better at it, and you get smoother at it. Like I've listened to the first couple times we did the podcast, and like I can hear myself talking and like saying the same word over and over again. I'm just like, oh, that was so bad.
That's probably gonna be me too, man. Hopefully, man. I don't know. Hopefully, I can get better. If there's more podcasts in the future, I can get better. But that's me right now, man.
I just try to treat it like a conversation now.
conversation?
Like forget everything's here and just have a conversation. And like that's when like you were saying, people dig you because you're authentic and you're being you. That's I think the big benefit of the podcast is once we get into a conversation, I'm not worried about who's listening. I'm like trying to have a conversation with you and learn what I can learn from you. And then we end up in an hour, we'll find 7 awesome clips where we were just being authentic and talking. And, you know, perfect. So that's the idea. That's why we don't even do the intro like until afterwards. Is let's just sit down and start talking.
Oh yeah, the first I think like 12 episodes, we would go in, sit down, try to shoot the intro. It would take us like 10 to 15 minutes, and then after 10 to 15 minutes of us stumbling through an intro, all right, let's have a conversation. It's like, all right, this is going to start off real stale, and it's like at a point now we try to get it to where we obviously we have everything set up to where we just try to sit down, and usually the best response I love. When we do get in and start going after it, people are like, oh, has it started yet? And it's been like 20 minutes. And it's like, yeah, we've been going. Like, oh, I didn't realize. And it's like,
that's cool.
That's what we were going for. You know? I'm just trying to talk business. So with the Blackstone to begin with, what was how much did it mean? Because you said you went after it because like the cost of everything like it wasn't that expensive. So how much was that to begin with? Just to get like for me it was like, or for me it's. How much did it cost for you just pretty much just like, all right, I'm just going to start selling and doing my thing and start making money? Because everyone always thinks that it's like you got to come up with all this business plan and all. It's like, no, just hit the ground running. And
get to it. How much did it cost me? Okay, so right after we lost from the casino, we were bummed out. We lost like a couple hundred, both of us, you know. He lost his job and I was almost losing my job. So I was like, we need to make some money quick, you know. We went on Facebook Marketplace and we found that Blackstone, a used one, for $200. So I was like, I'll put 100, you put 100. Let's go pick it up. You know, it was dirty. We cleaned it up and everything. That was 200. Wait, before that though, we were at the house and we just grabbed a notebook. What do we need? We need napkins. We need plates. We need the Blackstone. We need tables. We need the canopy. We need all that. So roughly it cost us like a good $400 to start off, you know? Yeah, $400 Blackstone, the tongs, all of that, 400. And then we went everywhere to hot dog places to see what type of weenies they use, type of buns they use, or type of ingredients they use, how much it cost them to make a hot dog. And they were all closed. So we were like, man, we just gonna have to thug it out and go to anywhere to go find some type of weenies and bacon. And that's what we did. Our first day, we tried 2 different weenies and 2 different bacons, and we see which ones we liked, and we stuck with the other ones. So roughly $400 to start off the business, you know, not too much, you know.
Yeah.
And first day we sold 7 hot dogs. We were out there for like 5 hours and we sold 7 hot dogs, but we're like, hey, at least we sold something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a good way to look at it right there. A lot of people would
quit.
Yeah. Hell no. I was like 7 hot dogs. Give me, you know. I was happy. I was happy with those 7 hot dogs. I was like, my first day, I can't complain, you know. Yeah. Second day, we sold another like 7, 10, and then keep going, and then posting online. And when I first started my business, it only lasted a month because he didn't want to do it no more because he was the one with the pickup truck. So I didn't have nothing to haul my trailer with. I didn't have anything to haul my Blackstone with. I mean, my bad. My Blackstone. So when he didn't want to do it no more, I was bummed out. I was like, because I had people wanting hot dogs. Yeah, I started for a month on 2024, and it took me a year to build my trailer. And then hauled it with my trailer, started again, and did it just how I did on top of the pickup truck, but with just my little trailer.
Now with the trailer and you posting up on the spot, did you have to worry about the city at all? Like what's the like? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm still worrying about the city to this day. You know, that's why I'm working myself up to get a trailer, so I don't have to worry about that. So every day I'm out there, I'm risking it. Okay. No, you got to risk it for the biscuit. So that's what I do. You know, I every time I'm out there, I'm risking it, and I'm like, hopefully they don't come get me. If they get me, they're finding me. They're doing what they're doing. It's the city, you know, and I can't.
Oh, they got to get their piece.
Yeah, you know, I won't be mad at them. It's their job. It's their job. So I'll be like, you know, if they catch me, they catch me. If they don't, it's all good, you know.
On a good day right now, how many hot dogs are you selling?
200.
All right.
Dude, that's awesome.
200. I could go for more because I be getting there at 3 and I sell out at 8. And people are barely going outside at 8, you know. So I could sell like maybe 300 a day. I haven't tried it, but that's the goal, you know.
Now, what do you have to get just so that you get them off your back? Obviously, what?
I need a running sink, hot water, cold water, I need a commercial fridge, and I need my permits for sure. Permits and my LLC.
LLC.
Yeah, I need my LLC. Now I'm working up to that too. You know, I'm learning my business, and I'm already talking to people, and I got help coming in. You know, so people are helping me out.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Are people giving information? Like if you're asking people for like, not necessarily asking for help, but just like asking for tips and tricks or how to get to that point, how open is everyone around you when it comes, I guess, that industry, the food industry, even like with the food trucks and stuff like that? Are they open to like share knowledge, or are they just pretty much just like, nah, man, you got to figure this out on your own?
No. They be sharing the knowledge. They be sharing all that knowledge. It's because every person that I know started from the bottom, so they love seeing that. They love helping people build up. You know, they're giving me shortcuts. Be like, don't do this, do that.
That's awesome.
And I respect that. You know, and a lot of people younger than me wanted to start selling hot dogs, and they hit me up. Well, how do you do it? I'm like, just do it. You know, I'll just literally just do it. All you have to do is do it. You know, it took me years to start it. You know, It took me to lose some money at the casino for me to start. Well, so thank God I lost at the casino. You know, I won with that, but. Yeah, no, all those people that are in the food industry, they love helping me. They love giving me tips. They love to show support, and they offer me free food at the restaurants. Be like, oh, come to our restaurant. You can get free food. You could, you know, we like how you are with the people. And yeah, man.
Yeah, the main reason I ask that is because, I mean, thankfully now in our industry, for us, it seems there's more of a push now of, you don't have to worry about like, well, if I train this person or if I help this person out, you know, it could cost me money. It's like, yeah, that's one way of looking at it. Or you can look at it like, I want to make sure that this person doesn't make the mistakes that we made. And if they are doing it right and doing it a good way, all it's going to do is help our industry and grow our industry. There's plenty out there for everybody. But if, say, that one person you shut down and didn't help, and then all of a sudden they're just kind of maybe cutting corners or doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, those consumers have a bad interaction with our industry, and that just spreads like wildfire. Like for us, for flat glass, you can't just put any type of film on a window. I mean, you could, but you're going to either risk breaking the glass or you risk the film not doing anything for the person. And now that person's like, dude, I just spent thousands of dollars to tint my windows and it's not helping anything. It's like, well, because you put the wrong product on.
Like flat glass is like homes and businesses. That's like industry speak.
Yeah.
Vehicles.
Cars are good. Cars are better now because of Teslas.
Yeah.
The only reason I say is how much glass is on a Tesla. Like when people are like, oh, I want to tint everything. I'm like, awesome.
Bring the Teslas. Bring all the Teslas.
Yeah. Like it's like, I never would have thought in a million years when I was 16, just tinting cars, you know, after school or on the weekend, I think we were charging a highest price point, maybe $200, $220 a vehicle. And I was like, hell yeah, we did great. Like we do like 10 vehicles. Like, oh, we made $2,000 today.
Yeah.
Now it's like we have a Tesla come in. They end up picking, say, if they pick our highest end film, that one vehicle is $1,600. And then it's like, hold on, I want to protect. Oh, you guys can protect my paint? Yeah, absolutely. We cover the whole front half of the vehicle and a clear paint protection film. That's another $2,400 to $2,700. So like that one vehicle could be a $4,000 vehicle.
Yeah.
To have a $4,000 day in our auto side of our business back when I was 16, 18 years old, like we needed like 3 to 4 installers. We needed to do like 20 plus cars in a day. Like, and that's like a nonstop day. Now, thankfully, that side of the industry with the technology changing and the films and everything, it's like you can make easily like a $10,000 day in a shop, depending on which consumer you are going after, what your avatar is. You know, there's still always going to be a spot for, hey man, I just want to spend $150 to tint my car. Like this is my beater. I just want the windows dark. I'm not keeping this thing for long. I don't care. And it's like there are shops that will service that. For us, it's, you know, our cheapest film's $300. You know, it's a moderate film. It's gonna look good. It's gonna hold out some heat, but you know, that's just what we offer to be offer as our entry film. Yeah. You know, if that's, you know, there are plenty of other shops that will be able to offer something that's cheaper than us. If you think that's too much, you know, there's plenty of shops that will solve a problem for whatever consumer they are advertising to. So.
Yeah, and there's plenty of customers that would pay the $300 too.
Oh, it's the same thing in the food industry, right? Like, I mean, I'm sure the difference between a high-end steakhouse and a hot dog is a totally different customer and market.
For sure, you know.
Like,
and man, you man, there's a lot of people that will spend the money even if they don't have the money, you know, they will just do it. That would be me. I don't have the money, I'll still spend the money. That's how I am, you know. It's a bad habit, but hey.
Yeah,
you know?
that's probably the most common habit too.
Yeah.
I would say everyone does that.
To be honest, I would, if someone offered me 300 to 150, I'll go for 300. I was like, it's expensive. It gotta be better, you know. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's how I think, you know. Yep. And I know a lot of people think like that too.
That's the avatar that we're going after. And the fact of like, hey, beyond the fact of us offering a high-end product, it's also too with our installers too. We could undercut our installers and not pay them what they would just be willing just to make and not pay them a lot of money, but just they'd be fine with just consistent work. No, we go over the top. We make sure we're taking care of our installers because we want to retain them. And beyond that, I want quality installation. If someone's thinking like, I only make $50 a car, like I need to do as many cars as I can in a day. It's like, no, like with this one vehicle for us, some of our installers, they'll make anywhere to like $120 to $150 a vehicle. But like, I want you to take your time on it. I don't want you rushing through it. And the only way for me to do that is I have to have the right price point for that. With the right price point, yes, I am more expensive than my competitor. But I also make sure I'm putting on a high-end product and that my installers are well taken care of. So they make sure they put out a high quality installation. Yeah. Like that's the only way that can be done. Like there are plenty of shops out there that are like, oh, you can't pay your installer that much. It's like, what's your turnover rate? Are you keeping your guys for long? And it's like, a year or two. I'm like, that's why. Yeah, like they don't feel like they're appreciated or being taken care of. You gotta take care of your people. Yeah. You have to take care of your people.
Yeah, you do.
You know, and that reflects into what your price is. Like you have to, you know, business is business. Numbers don't lie. Yeah. You have to be charging for material and labor costs, and you have to, you know, you run a business obviously for a profit. Yeah. You stress yourself out year round for the fact that like, yeah, there should be a profit at the end, and if there is, you take a profit share of it. You know, it's not. I just run a business so we break even. I don't think anyone wants to do that. It's like, you're just going to stress yourself out just so yes, you still get a paycheck, but at the same time, there is no like extra added bonus at the end of the year. Like, no, I'm going to grind the whole year in the hope that I ran the business efficiently enough to where there is a profit to where, yes, I can then take some of that profit, invest it inward, invest it into my people. Like, hey, we're going to go do training classes. Like we all need to be constantly learning at all times, including myself. Like that's the big push that we've made over the past couple of years is investing inward. Like my dad we'd always get like, we get the new equipment, new tools and stuff like that, but we never really invested inward on ourselves of like, hey, what should we be going to training wise? You know, for me, maybe management, leadership, and business, like knowing the numbers, knowing what numbers matter the most and how do we influence those numbers to get to where we need to get to. You know, for my installers, it's like they want to be better installers. So I want to send you to go train. Like if you think you know everything already, like we need to sit down and have a conversation because I've been installing for over 20 plus years and I still learn something every time we go to a competition or a convention. I'll learn some kind of small little trick that's just like, dude, I've never thought of that before. And it's like instantly, it's like, why haven't I never thought of that before? And then I implement it myself and then I share that knowledge with my guys. Nice. And that's the only way you can keep growing. Can't stay stagnant. As soon as you stay stagnant, like the end is near. It's gonna happen, you know? Yeah. So
man. The growth mindset, I think, is like the biggest thing behind that. And listening to you talk, I hear like you've got big ambitions. And where'd that come from? And what, like you're saying that you want to end up having a truck and maybe physical restaurants and other businesses. Where does that come from? Just being around other people that were entrepreneurial?
Yeah, or? I could. The people that are around me that have. I always grew up in the food industry. I always grew up. My dad opened up a restaurant in 1999 here in Vegas. Passed away in 2002, but he gave that restaurant to my grandma, and she passed away in 2010, and she gave that restaurant to my uncle. And you know, it's a big restaurant. It's a nice restaurant. They're doing good with the restaurant. I see them how they got nice cars, nice trucks. They got a nice, beautiful family. You know, nice, beautiful family. And I was like, that's all I know. Food industry is all I know. I was like, how can I be at their spot, you know? And I was like, I gotta start selling my own food to get like them, you know? I'm trying to build up. And what was your question again, brother? It was what?
Just like what cultivated that growth mindset? Because I think that's like the biggest thing to being a successful entrepreneur And some people just don't ever see that around them. So it's like, where did that spark come from that you want to keep growing? You got, because it's really easy to get comfortable. Like, hey, you have some success on social media and all of a sudden you know that you can make enough money to live a certain way if you can sell 200 a day, and boom, you get there. And then people go, okay, well, I sold it. Now I'm going to go home and play Xbox the rest of the day instead of keep grinding. But the fact that you want to grow has you doing the work that's going to actually allow you to have those things you're seeing from your family.
Yeah.
Like it came from seeing it in your own family is what it sounds like.
Yeah, seeing it from my own family. And at first I wanted to do it for the money, of course, and like for the money, but now I'm doing it for the people. You know, I see kids looking up to me because of the social media, and I was like, I gotta do it for them too. You know, ain't no way I'm gonna stop. You know, I put too much pressure on me too. I put like, oh, I need my food truck. I'm gonna have to get my food truck. There's no way, like, I'm gonna have to get it. There's no way I'm gonna stop now. You know, if I stop, I'm a dummy, because it's my business. You know, like, the business has to grow now. And if people see me fail, if people see me, I'm gonna feel like complete. Can I say it? No, my bad for the language.
No,
complete shit. I'm gonna feel like a complete shit if I stop, you know? Excuse my language.
No, you're good.
Yeah, man, it's
the cool thing is there's gonna be little failures along the way.
Yeah.
Like, but those are lessons, right?
Yeah.
And as long as you have that mission, that's why I'm saying I think the growth mindset is the biggest thing, because you're putting that pressure on yourself that you have the next step. So you know what it's going to cost to do that. So rather than like make your money for the day to be able to pay the bills and play Xbox or whatever, like, it's like, no, I got to save up X amount to get to the next step, which I've already told everybody I'm going to do. So now I have to do it.
Yeah, put that
like
pressure
you're
on
putting that pressure on yourself to not just get comfortable. Like, I think that's going to be the number one thing for your success. Just keep that.
Yeah, no. And a lot of people are telling me too, they're like, because I believe in manifestation. I love it when people be like, you're making it. Like, you're gonna make it. They always look, random people I don't even know, and be like, dude, you're gonna blow up. You're gonna blow up. That's a great feeling too, you know. And that's what keeps me going too, you know.
Yeah.
If people believe in me, like, they see something in me, you know, for sure there has to be something like waiting for me. When, you know, if I constantly keep working, I'm gonna achieve my goals for sure. You know, there's gonna be, how can I say this? There's no way I'm losing. The only way I'm losing is if I stop.
Yep.
That's the only
Don't
way.
quit.
Yeah, if I quit, that's the only way I'm losing. So I always tell that to myself. I was like, if I quit, I'm gonna lose. If I keep going, I'm gonna keep going, you know?
There's gonna be failures along the way, but as long as you look at those failures as, okay, that was a learning lesson.
Yeah.
How did I fail? What went wrong? Let me dissect that. And now let me change the game plan moving forward.
Yeah.
You're already speaking that way too. You're like, you already said like that money I lost, that was actually a win. Like, that's exactly how you got to look at it.
Yeah,
like,
no, exactly. You know? Yeah. Grateful for that day. Thank God I went to that casino, man. I wouldn't be here today if I didn't.
well, you're hearing it back too, because you're putting it out there. Like, you're putting it out on your social media. So people that fuck with that are the ones that are engaging with you, because they're like, oh, cool. Like, I wish I had that. Like, or maybe they do and they just haven't actually taken action on it yet. And they see somebody taking action on it. So it's inspirational.
No,
so
for
just
sure,
keep doing that, because that you're going to attract more people that actually want to see you succeed more than want to see you fail.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. That gets me happy too, you know, inspiring people, you know, because I have all the young homies coming up to me, be like, damn, man, like, you're really doing it. Like you've been talking it for years and you're doing it, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a great feeling actually doing it. It feeds the soul, you know. I feel great at the end of the day when I'm all busted, dirty, smelling like bacon. I feel great smelling like bacon. I'm like, I got through the day, you know. Another day, another dollar, and it feels great.
Yeah, I just heard you say soul, and I'm seeing your cross, like, and you, like, I haven't been religious most of my life. I've been going to church lately, and just the idea of service and like serving, and like I think about that as it's being talked about at church, and it's like, it does feel really good to do stuff for other people. Like, that's one of the best things about this business in my eyes right now, when we get everybody together and see how many people it is, that it started just with my dad and my mom and like a van, and now here we are like 40 years later, and we got 17 employees and countless spouses and children that like literally are eating every night because this is providing, and it's like, that feels so good.
That feels great.
Yeah.
Hey, man, shout out to you guys.
What's cool though is like, I love seeing people at the beginning of that journey that are talking the way you're talking, because I know you're just like everybody else is telling you. I know you're gonna be successful. Just keep doing it, man.
Thank you, man.
Like, because I'm like really excited to follow along, and I'm gonna have to come over when I'm on that side of town and get a hot dog. Yeah, well,
I like
no, I'm buying it, man.
Just leave a tip, bro. Just leave a tip. I'm gonna feel offended if you don't take it, man. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. But yeah, man.
So how far away are you from the food truck? What's the where are we at?
Hopefully, because I'm not trying to be out there in the heat by next summer. So hopefully by next summer I have my
that's
food
good.
truck. You know,
That's attainable.
you know. So I gave myself, put it like this. I gave myself 5 years to get a food truck. And then someone told me, he was like, if you give yourself 5 years, you're going to stretch those 5 years.
Yep.
You know, if you give yourself 2 years, you'll get it in 2 years.
Yep.
I'm giving myself till next summer to get that food truck, you know. It's either getting a loan or building myself up by myself, you know. But I'm like, because I was talking to my brother-in-law. He has a bunch of food trucks, and he sees the potential in my business. I was like, I was going to ask for a loan. I was like, ain't no way this business is losing. Like, if the city comes, I'm like, they're stopping me for sure, you know. So I'm trying to gather as much as money as I can right now to get my food truck. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna ask for a loan, you know. I was like, cause I'm gonna get my food truck regardless and pay that loan off real quick, you know. Once I get that food truck, I'm gonna get a team, and that team is gonna be working for me and just generate money and keep going with that, you know, and pay off that loan. But I'm giving myself till next summer to get my lunch truck.
All right.
Yeah. If I don't get it, it's okay. I still got next summer, you know, but I'm giving myself to April or May. But yeah.
Oh, it's always good to set goals, and then even it's
ambitious goals too.
And it's also okay though with the fact that for some reason if something comes up, because life is life and stuff happens, if you don't hit the goal, it is what it is.
I'm gonna keep grinding.
You have your secondary goal of like, hey, you know what? That's one more summer, and then it's gonna happen. You know, because a lot of people they'll set that goal, and if they don't hit it, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I failed, I'm out, and then all of a sudden they lose the momentum past that. It's like, no, you should have multiple goals set up. Yes, your most ambitious one at the top, and then also backstops with that, knowing that like, all right, I didn't get that, but I was able to hit these other three. Like, we're good. Like, I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm still gonna set that new goal for that for you to be like the food truck. Like, all right, didn't get it by March. All right, I'm gonna give myself to the end of the summer, and then also with other goals behind it, to where it's like, all right, didn't hit that one because this, and this happened, but I still nailed all these. Still waking up, still getting after it, still grinding. Like it will happen eventually. Like that's the only thing I'm probably a little bit jealous of my dad about, and something that like I haven't got to experience it. Not saying that I'll never get to experience it. Is like my dad's the one who started it from the ground up, so he had to pretty much do anything by any means necessary to make the business succeed. And it's like by the time we took over or started working for the company already had its built up brand, already had its history with it, especially like now, like we have 40 years in the business. Like, so they knew of our business because of my dad. And now we're starting to make our impact and trying to make our name within it. But like, I'll never understand the stress my dad went through when he first started this business.
Especially back then, man. I bet you that was harder back then, you know?
Yeah,
with 3 kids.
No internet, no YouTube University.
Nothing, you know, straight hustle, you know?
Yeah.
Straight billboards or straight something, you know? Yeah,
Yellow page books, man. Like the YouTube University one's a big one. We've had people on the podcast that started Tint around the same time he did, just in a different area of the country or another country.
Yeah.
And it took like learning how to shrink a back window. He learned in the late 80s, early 90s. That's when like people in California figured it out. We've had people on the podcast start about the same time as him, but they're like in Canada and they didn't learn how to shrink until like the late 90s. Because there was no like, hey, we figured out this new tip and trick and somebody put it out on YouTube. It like had to travel by like somebody going and traveling physically and showing it. There was no like, hey, there's this new tip or trick to make it easier.
Let me just ask ChatGPT.
You could just have the next day that somebody figured it out. Yeah. It took years to figure.
Work too, you know.
Yeah.
Everything is easier nowadays, you know.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing to me. People that claim that like today is so hard and everything's so awful, and there's never been more opportunity ever than right now.
You can make money now.
It's just you're choosing to live in a world where you're like a victim and you're complaining about stuff you don't have control over, rather than realizing the opportunities are right in front of you. How much did it cost you to start an Instagram account?
Nothing.
It was free, right?
It was free.
It just took you posting on there.
It took me a little courage, you know, because I was a little shy to begin with, you know. But
yeah. And that, come on, like if you really want to succeed nowadays, you just have to have that will and start doing the work.
Exactly.
And not sitting around complaining and posting about how the world's against you. Like that crap pisses me off.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like it's never been easier.
Never easier. And I'm not scared to ask for help. Hell no. I'll be posting like, if you guys please come support me, I'm not afraid. You know, I'm not afraid to ask for, because there's more good people than there is bad people, and those good people love to support.
Yep.
And people don't understand that. You know, that's what I learned. I was like, I have people from all around the city coming to a ghetto side of town for some hot dogs. You know, they be coming be like, oh, we came all the way from Summerlin or somewhere far away, you know? And that's a trip to me, because I'll be like, ain't no way you guys coming all the way just to get my hot dogs, you know? Like, basic hot dog, you know, there's nothing too much to it.
They're not coming for the hot dog. They're coming for you.
Yeah, they're coming for me.
Yeah.
And that's my best part of my job is meeting the people and talking to the people, connecting with the people. That's the best part. Just seeing them smile and making me smile. It's a great feeling. It feeds the soul, like I said. It feels great. Meeting all those people, I think that's the best part of my job, you know? And then building too. The money come afterwards. The money, you know, money's gonna come in regardless, but it's the people that really keeps me going too. I love the people. And I love the supportive people. Like, supportive people, amazing people to me.
Oh,
Yeah, no, we get to experience that with us, the academy, and then just us putting out as much information as we can to try to help the next up and coming tinner in our industry. Either the young guy who's just started out with cars and now he's trying to get into the next level and he's trying to grow his business. And it's like, we'll get stopped at conventions and stuff for the tin offs, and we have people like, I mean, one of the guys that came this past weekend, he's like, I've listened to all your episodes. And there's how many? 100 plus?
we're at like 200 right now.
Yeah,
200's coming up soon.
Shout out to the tech guy.
Oh yeah. No, that's right. I'm thinking 2 years, 50. Yeah, one a week. Yeah. We just crossed 100.
Yeah, so like
that's lit.
Like that's like, to me, it's just like, yeah, I appreciate it, but it's still weird. Like, it still is like, man, you're listening to me talk. Like, I mean, I don't think I know that much, but you know, I appreciate the support. You know, You know, we have one guy out of Tennessee. His name's Nathan. We met him at at Tinner Battles a year ago, a year and a half ago,
almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. I take that back. It's almost 2 years, and like, just simple conversation with him. Like, he was doing auto and then he wanted to get into flat. And like, we told him, like, dude, ditch the auto, go straight into flat. He actioned it, and like, it paid off for him tenfold. Like, he was able to grow his business. And it's like, I ran into him again this past September at the other tin off that we went to. And it was like the same thing where he told me, he's like, dude, best decision I ever made. Like, thank you. And then then we sat down and kept talking. Like, now me and him, like, I stay engaged with him in the fact, like, I tell him, like, dude, if you got any questions at any time, don't hesitate to reach out to me.
Yeah.
You know, anything I can do to help, I absolutely want to help. Because I got the opportunity to surround myself with those people, thankfully, because my dad, we aligned ourselves with the right manufacturer, went to the conventions for that manufacturer. And it's like, I saw the guys that were at the top of the industry, or like, you know, the biggest guys within that manufacturer. I didn't do it at first because I didn't really realize it. But then I started realizing, like, I need to be next to them as much as I humanly possibly can. I need to be asking them as many questions as I possibly can. And thankfully, for the most part, they all are open to share. You just have to be willing enough to actually ask. Like, and just talk to them. If you don't ask or you don't talk to them, like, how do you know if they're going to talk to you, or maybe give you a piece of information, being like, oh my God, I've never thought about it like that. That makes so much sense at all. Like, that makes so much sense to do it that way, or to try to drum up business, you know, this way or that way. It's just like, you have to be willing just to ask the question, put yourself out there. Yeah. Same thing like social media. You got to be able to put yourself in front of the camera, and yeah, it's going to feel awkward, but who cares or what? So say a couple hundred people see it, or say like 50 or 100 people see it. Who cares?
That's enough. And, you know what I'm saying? They're still seeing, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man. And then every repetition you do on it, the better and better you'll get. The people that are doing really well in that space, it's not like all of a sudden they start doing it and just they blew up and they're amazing. It's like, no, they put a good couple years into grinding it out, doing it, be consistent every single day. You know, some days good, some days bad. But that consistency is what allowed them to get better. You have to keep going. You have to keep trying, and you have to be consistent with it. That was the biggest thing that I've come to realization over the past couple of years. Is it's going to feel awkward to begin with, but who cares? It's just, you have to keep doing it over and over.
Over and over. Yeah. And then you'll get comfortable by then. You know, you end up getting comfortable being on camera and all that too. You know.
I was just about to say, try to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
That should be the goal, because you don't want to stay comfortable. Once you do get comfortable, like, find the next thing to push you to where you're actually having to do something you're uncomfortable with. That's what's gonna like spur the growth. Yeah. It's the same thing in running, right? Like, you can you can increase how much you're running a week to a certain amount. And if you do that for like 3 or 4 weeks in a row, you're going to feel better. You're going to be better fit. You're going to be able to run faster. But if you just stay at that level of training forever, you're going to peak out and there's not going to be any more improvement. So once you get there, this is like a training philosophy in running, like 3 to 4 weeks of increasing your volume and how much you're doing and how intense you are. If you don't then increase it again and make yourself uncomfortable again, you're just going to stay at that level. So it's like, get to a level, you're going to plateau, find a way to increase that training load, whether it's in whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, all right, this is working, but what else can I add to this now?
For sure.
And that's going to have more outcome from it.
You're absolutely right. Because when I first started blowing up on Instagram, I just sold 100 hot dogs a day. And I got comfortable with 100 hot dogs a day. You know, I was like, fuck that. Now I'm at 200 a day. Now I'm getting comfortable with 200 a day. Now I got to up it to 300, you know? And then my first goal was to sell 100 a week. I was like, if I sell 100 a week, I'm balling. I'm good. You know, get my little 500 a week. I'm chilling. But no, it doesn't work like that. You got to keep going and going and going and building and building and building because, you know, it's how it is. You know, you can't just be comfortable because then you're not going to elevate. You're not going to, you know, you're not going to work. How can I say that word? You just said it. You're not going to, you're not going to see no progress. Yeah. If you stay comfortable, you know.
Yep.
So that's where I'm at right now. I'm aiming for 300 a day. Hopefully, I can get rid of those 300 fast. I think I can, and then 400, and then 500, and I want to get rid of 2,000 a week, 2,000 hot dogs a week. It's one of my goals, you know.
What's cool is you're gonna look back on this like a year or two from now and be like, man, I can't believe that's all I thought I could sell. Like you're gonna
that's
be
what
like,
I'm saying,
you're gonna be way above that.
Yeah.
Do you follow Alex Hormozy at all? You know
who?
Alex Hormozy?
I don't think so.
Check him out. Read his books and stuff too. They're really good for business in general. But one of his things he's always talking about is people aren't putting enough. Like they're limiting themselves on how much they think they could do. Like he tells a story about when he was running his gyms. Like somebody told him to go hand out flyers, so he like printed like 500, went and handed them out. Got like one phone call, and then he told the guy like, "Man, I only got like one phone call." And he's like, "Well, how many did you put out?" And he's like, 500. And he's like, nah, man, like I'm doing like 10,000 a day. Like you're not doing enough volume.
Yeah.
Like most people underestimate how much volume and how much work it really takes to be successful.
Oh, Gary Vee says the same thing.
Yeah. It's the same thing with social media content, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I put one video out, nothing happened. I guess it doesn't work. Like, nah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, that's what I learned too. That's what I learned about the social media. If I'm not out there working, I repost the videos. Because I was like, it generates views regardless, you know? So it's constantly just posting on Instagram too that brings the clients in. I could post a regular video, give me 20 followers for that one video. It'll give me 1,000 followers for one video. It'll give me 3 followers for one video, but it's still constant followers, you know? It's still constantly building, regardless if it's 2 followers, 1 follower, 1,000 followers, 100 followers. It's still a win to me, you know? I still got to follow from this video, you know? So it's constantly posting and connecting with the people, having a connection with the people that builds up businesses.
How many stories a day do you do? Do you do a lot of story posts?
A story post, not story posts. I'm more like a real guy. I post reels, you know? Story posts, I just post where I'm at. Because to be honest, I got no time to be posting stories, you know? I have to attend my customers, and thank God I have a line that I have to attend that I don't got time to post freaking stories all the time because can't be touching the phone while I'm touching the food, you know? So I post a story when I'm there, when I got no clients, and put my phone away and then get to work. And then at the end of the day, when it's all good, post again that I'm sold out and then call it, you know? But I think I'm going to have someone managing my account because it's too much for me at the moment. Like people hit me up while I'm working, like, yo, are you open? And I can't answer them, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have someone take care of my social media for me now because, you know, I want to post stories too, because stories generate views too.
Yeah,
so.
Stories are powerful, man. I see a lot of other people in the food space that are like Nero Slinging Tacos.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's constantly on the stories.
And
the cool thing with stories in my mind is, especially for the person that isn't already like jumped into it like you are and is doing the reels, it's a great place to start. Because if you're constantly posting stories, you'll see it in the analytics in the back end, which stories like get more engagement, which ones are getting more comments, more views, whatever. A lot of times those are great to then turn into a reel.
Yeah.
Or you can even turn a string of them into a reel.
For sure, yeah.
You kind of created it organically as you were doing
The
it.
story into real,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I've gotten better at making sure I'm at least posting. I post my couple personal stories, like my routine in the morning: get up, cold plunge, work out,
I've
and
seen
then
those
head
videos.
and then head to the shop. But it's cool because like certain videos, like I'll post like depending on what I'm doing that day. Like the other day, I posted on my rib cage right here. I have Nobody Cares, Work Harder,
Mhm.
and I got that from Cam Haynes. So every once in a while, I'll post something and like I'll tag him in it, or even with like Jocko. One of the ones, all of a sudden, I'm looking through the views, and all of a sudden, it's like one story, 10,000 views. I'm like, oh, what happened? What the hell is this? And I see that you got shared, and that's the other good thing about stories too is tagging. Depending on what the story is, tagging certain people in the story, if it's related to them too, all of a sudden they share it, and when they have a massive following, all of a sudden it's just like that's crazy. 10,000 people saw that story. Like that blows my mind.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy.
and it's the power of social media right now. If you, the only way it fails is if you're not consistently trying to take advantage of it.
And it's free.
Yeah.
And it's free.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people used to put their things on magazines and put it, you know what I'm saying? They pay to be on a magazine. It's free, man. Everybody's on social media.
One
you know?
viral video that ends, even if it's not viral, like say you've got an account that's got thousands of followers now, and like a bad post for you is like 1,000 views on a video.
Yeah.
1,000 people just saw.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot. Like how long would it take you to hand out 1,000 flyers?
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Yeah,
and that's just a
exactly.
flyer. That's not a video that's actually expressing way more than what you can print on a flyer.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
So,
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Even 1,000 views is a win.
Oh,
And to be honest,
100.
it's a win. Yeah, it's a win regardless. You know,
Yeah.
if someone viewed it, hey, that's good with me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
Like,
yeah,
you
if
know?
you're just starting out and 100 people see what you just tried to say, like that's 100 people you just got in front of.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Well,
That's huge.
That was pretty much like what we had to do during the winter when we were growing up. It's like wintertime, our industry slows down. It's not hot anymore. People forget about tint. They don't really necessarily care that much. So like going into Christmas, like one of our biggest things is we do like a Christmas special, like gift cards. You know, looking for a gift for your family member, like, hey, get a car tint job. You know, we do like 50% off. And how we would drum up that work is our dad would drop us off in parking lots and we go put cards on every single person's car. It's like now you're able to do that with social media. And now I don't got to spend any time walking through parking lots, putting cards on people's cars, pissing off some people because, hey, don't put that on my car. Like it already has tint. It's like, it's a gift card. Do you know someone who doesn't have tint? That's what it's for if your car is already tinted. And then also the street sweepers, they didn't like us too much either. We had one or two instances where they would drive by our shop. We'd come to our shop in the morning and we just have like a pile of the cards through our entire parking lot. They would literally drive over and just dump them in our parking lot.
I don't know if that was street sweepers or local shops nearby that were being dicks, but
The amount of cards being dropped off, if they took that much time to pick up our cards to go
I know
ahead and
that
put it,
definitely happened a couple times, but
you know what?
Yeah,
More
it's
power to them. The fact that
That's
they
crazy to
wasted
me.
their time doing that just to be like, God, it's like, you just helped me again. Hey, you just gave me all the cards back. No, I don't think we were using them. But at the same time, like you just wasted your own time because you're being petty.
Yeah.
Instead of you could have just went out and did the exact same thing and actually try to drum work up instead of trying to be all pissy about the fact that we did that in a location that was near your shop. Like you own a section of the city. Like, you know, it's my territory. Like, dude, we tint windows.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Like,
Man.
all right, get out of here. That shit's crazy.
well, now they can't do that because once we're on someone's phone, we're on the
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah. The ability to technically hit the volume of people that we were hitting while doing that, but now it's just post. Oh shit, I got 2,000 views. That's 2,000 cars that we had to buy cards and then take our time walking from car to car, put a card. And then we're actually speaking and putting a message out there instead of just a business card that says 50% off special. Like it's so much more impactful with social media. I mean, when we sat down and did the very first episode with our dad, we came to like the big realization, like all the stuff he was doing to drum up business back then, people are still doing now. It's just way more efficient now.
Yeah.
Instead of getting, the magazine, like you would get your quarter page in a certain magazine because you knew that was a hot magazine and that you could get work from it. Or the yellow pages, everyone would be naming their business like AAA, whatever, because they wanted that top listing. They wanted to be at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just efficient to where it's just like, no, you just need to be posting on social media. You need to hit the different outlets. And then when you have something that does pop, now go to Google or to Meta, put some money behind it. And now you can fence in the area that you want to advertise directly to and be real direct with what you're putting out there to get the views in front of the people or the consumer that you're trying to sell to or you're trying to pitch to. Like, it's just way more efficient now. Back then, when we were putting door hangers on houses, we get a box of door hangers. All right, go hit the whole neighborhood, and you're just walking through a whole neighborhood putting door hangers on. And then they wouldn't all convert, but if you do a couple thousand and you land, say, 5 or 10% of those people, like that converted. Like that's how you would drum up work. Now it's just like, instead of having yourself, in my eyes, you still should be doing something like that, because we just ordered a bunch of door hangers to where if we're in a neighborhood and we just tinted someone's house, tell our installers, like, hey, go like 10 houses each direction across the street, hit a couple different streets of that neighborhood. Like, they've seen the van. If anything, they probably drove past our van while we were doing the work, and now all of a sudden they have a door hanger on. They could be curious. They're like, oh, I wonder what they're doing there. And then on that door hanger, hey, we just got done either doing security, solar, or whatever on your neighbor's house. If there's something you're looking to do, scan the QR code, fill out the form, set up a free consultation. It's like, why not take advantage of all the different aspects? Like, just because, say, your social media is going well doesn't mean abandon doing it the other way too. It's like, because there's still people doing that, and you can still drum work up doing that. Yeah, so hit as many avenues as you possibly can. It's a numbers game. Yeah, when it comes down to it, it's a pure numbers game.
Yeah.
That's you follow Gary Vee at all?
Who?
Gary Vee.
Gary Vee, is it the guy that talks about posting online? Yeah,
he talks about a lot, but that's one of his big things. He's been heavy on social media for a long time. Like, he started out just like as a young kid working for his dad's wine business. Yeah, and kind of realized that right when Google AdWords came out, that they could start buying up the words for wine, and he turned his dad's like little local wine liquor store in New Jersey into like the biggest online seller of wine in the span of like 3 years with Google AdWords, just owning all the Google AdWords. Then he started doing YouTube at the very beginning. He was like one of the first YouTube influencers with oh man, I can't even remember, Wine Talk, or he had a YouTube channel where he would literally just talk about wine, but he would do it like a real person. Like, he wouldn't be like a sommelier that's like trying to talk about it being nutty or fruity, or like, he would like talk to real people. Like, this wine tastes like, whatever.
He's just being real with it.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they were selling a ton of wine online. And then he broke away from his parents' business and started his own marketing thing. And then he was early on Facebook ads. He was TikTok. Telling people to get on TikTok when it was still Musical.ly, and like, he's just been ahead of all of those trends. And he's got like one of the largest marketing agencies in the world. And
he's a free game too. He's telling everybody free game, like, do this. If you want to build up, do it,
Yeah, but his big thing is like, it's not either or, it's and. Like, where's the unpriced attention? Like, his marketing agency, even though he built his whole name through social media, they'll run ads on television. They'll run radio ads. They'll send out flyers if it makes sense for whatever demographic they're trying to reach and whatever marketing they're doing. So it's like, nothing's off the table. All the old school stuff could still work because maybe it's not being as valued now by people have moved their money to Google or Facebook, and now it's cheaper to run a radio ad. So maybe there is an opportunity to run a radio ad that's actually going to get a return on investment. It's just really nice with the digital stuff that you can track it. So you know exactly what return you're getting.
For sure. So, yeah, man.
Even with printing, though, printing can be tracked pretty well too. Is putting the right QR code on, and actually,
or like a sales special where it's a code or something.
Code, or when people call in, having the right SOPs in place to where you're making sure whoever's answering your phone or taking those leads in, like, as much as you possibly can, we need to know where it came from. So we can actually know that, hey, we spent the money in these 4 areas. All right, so these 2 had a great return, these 2 not so much. All right, so let's dial back the spending over there. Let's pour it into this, and let's see what else we can do. If we make a small tweak in these 2, let's see what happens. Let's test that, see if we have a better return. Oh, we didn't. All right, let's go back to what we were doing. And always be testing and making changes. Don't get stagnant with like, oh, it works, so let's just stay that way. It's like with the ad agency that we use now, like, they're constantly testing our ads on Meta and on Google, like, see what the performance is. All right, let's make this small tweak. Which one performed better? All right, this one did. All right, that's what we're going with now. Let's make another small tweak. Let's test them against each other. Yeah. And just don't stop doing that. You just have to keep doing it.
Well, and that's even getting easier too, because they're running a lot of the stuff dynamically now. So they can run 20 different versions of the same thing where it mixes and matches depending on who it's feeding to. So it feeds it dynamically. The algorithm determines for you which version of this ad would be best for this person based off of how they interact with the app. Yeah. So like, these platforms are getting so good now, and like, you don't even have to manually like do the testing anymore. You can just, if you feed it enough options, with enough copy and different video options, it will literally decide this person interacts more with stories than they do reels. They're going to get your ad in their story feed, and it's going to be this video with these words instead of this, because it knows that person better than that person probably knows themselves. It's crazy.
That's a scary part.
And with AI, that's only going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Are you playing around with AI at all for building your business?
Yeah, I did. I met Jake Paul, AI Jake Paul. You guys didn't see that video? Yeah, I messed with the AI. So
oh, like a video.
I did a video, yeah.
I'm talking about like on the business side of like just like building plans to like even like you're gonna get a food truck. Like you could sit down with ChatGPT and be like, all right, this is my business, this is what I'm doing, this is my numbers, this is my goal is to get this food truck, and like it'll literally help you build out a plan to do it. Like you can use it for so many different things.
Yeah, for sure. I haven't, not really. I do use AI when I'm doing when I first started, I used AI because I was not very good with math. I was like, how much does freaking these buns cost me? How many cents does this cost me? How much does it cost me to make a hot dog?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it teaches me all the math on,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's what I'm talking about.
That's what helps me out right there. So I know how much a hot dog costs me, and I know how much profit I'm making, you know? And
it's just, that's what I'm saying. It's like a tool that makes it really easy. Like you don't need to know how to use an Excel spreadsheet to sit there and tell it, here's all my numbers, ask me the right questions so I can figure out what my real profit margin is on a day. You know, like you can have that as a conversation with a chatbot.
And it'll take a minute.
Yeah.
It'll take
and it'll give you a really good chart afterwards. Like, boom, now you have an Excel spreadsheet that it just created for you that you can keep tracking. Like,
even when it comes to when you start moving to the fact of getting the truck and then the LLC and all the paperwork and stuff that needs to be done. I have a buddy who is venturing off and then doing his own thing within the loan space for homes. And like what usually they thought was going to take about 6 to 8 months to get all the paperwork through, get approved and everything and get it running. They got approved in 6 weeks. And then beyond that, all the paperwork and the forms that need to be filled out when you are doing loans, like he's already prompted and created an AI or took an AI and created a prompt to where it's like when it comes to doing all that paperwork and all that stuff, it's like now it's a instant thing. And now you use that as, instead of him having to hire someone to do that, all he's got to do is feed the correct information into it now, and it generates all those forms. Everything's all done to exactly how he'd want it done because he trained it today. This is exactly how I want it to be done. This is how I need it to be done. And now it's like he makes his business so much more efficient now. I mean, like for me at least, when it comes to posting anything or coming up with captions, none of those are written by me. I mean, it is, but it is not. It is me talking to my phone saying, all right, I'm just shot a reel. I'm explaining this, this, and this. This is what I'm trying to sell. And then giving it the details. And all right, make it to where, comment this word below for us to reach out to you. And then it gives me 3 different versions. And I'm like, and that one looks great. Copy, paste, and post. Yeah. Like that was my biggest pushback to like, or my biggest thing of like, when it came to even commenting or engaging with anything on social media, it's like I start typing something out. Like I suck at spelling, writing, and all that. Math, numbers, love it. Writing and all that, I got through high school and got A's because I was very crafty. And that's just an easy way of saying I cheated really well. So I got my way through it. I wish I didn't. And like I'm now trying to teach my son that. It's just like, dude, I understand this is important because it'll help you understand more things later in life. And then now, even with AI, it's like, well, you can just use like, even like when you have to do math homework, we want you to show your work. And it's like, I understand it now. It's like, show your work so you understand this concept. Yeah, you can use a calculator, absolutely. But the understanding the concept is going to help you understand that problem later in life. Same thing with like writing. If I would have paid attention and was a better writer, I could probably speak a lot better. And then now I can prompt the AI even better to now I'm getting even better result. Like AI as a tool, like people think something like, oh, it's going to take away jobs. No, it's going to take jobs away from people that don't want to utilize it. If you're not already trying to use it and implement it, you're the one that's going to be left in the dust. The person who understands their industry, understands what they're doing, and they start using it, they're going to understand how to work with it and use it to their advantage. Yeah. And if you're not doing that, you're the person that's going to be left in the dust. It's not the AI taking your job. It's the person who is unwilling to use this tool because they think it's going to be bad for humanity. It's like, no, you need to be using it to help grow your business.
Take advantage now.
Yeah, well, make yourself more efficient. Efficiency is key. How you can save more time in your day allows you to get more done in the day. And now you can outwork everyone else even more because you're willing to put the time in and grind. But also you're able to use the tools that are at your fingertips to save you more time in that day to where you can get more accomplished. So that person's always going to destroy you.
Yeah,
always.
Yeah,
Time is money, man. Like,
time is money.
And like for you, like saying you need to do your LLC. I guarantee, man, we get off of here today, get on ChatGPT, be like, this is my business. I need to do an LLC. Can you ask me some questions or give me some advice? What would be the fastest and easiest way to do it? And I guarantee it'll give you like the steps you need to do and which website to get on and how much it's going to cost.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize like, oh, I could have this done.
Easy.
I could have this done in the next hour, like, and I'll be done with it. Like, it's not as complicated as it used to be. Like,
it's easier now, man.
Oh, so much easier. Because you've got an
advantage.
expert in every field at your fingertips that costs you nothing and is going to save you so much time. Everywhere where you can save an hour at a time here, an hour at a time there, and condense it down to 5 minutes, that's like a time machine. I mean, people, and the funny thing is even social media, to be honest, podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is, anytime you make a video and put it out there, we're already using little software robots right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we have something in this conversation that ends up catching fire and going viral, the 30 seconds that it took us to say those words to each other and to communicate it, where we learned something or whatever, or said something profound, whatever it is, like it only took us 30 seconds to do. But if it ends up getting 1 million views, literally, we just multiplied that 30 seconds times 1 million. That's like 1 million robots of us saying that same thing are out there saying it while we're doing something else. Like the robots are already here. They're just like software, like clones of you out there putting your message out, letting people know who you are and what you do. Like it's already here. It's been here. We just don't look at it in that way. That's what every video is that gets views while you're doing something else. It's out there promoting your business for you. And all it took you was that a little bit of initial time to record it and hit post.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing about that opened my eyes to social media and the power of it. We had a video that popped that we were at a Tint off, and the guy who ran it, he posted the video, he tagged us in it, and I think it's up to like almost 18 million views now. Which that by itself is already crazy. But then you actually look at like the listen time and how much time cumulative it's been listened to, and you look at how many years it is. I think it's around like 200 years, something crazy. Oh, I got to pull this up because
that's how long it would take you to tell that many people face to face exactly what's being presented.
That's a trippy way of putting it, man.
Oh, that's to me is the craziest thing about
it's a time machine, man.
It's a time for. I wonder where Rene's at right now. What's up?
Where's Insight? All right, so this is we're just below 18 million. It's at 17.9 right now.
That's lit.
21 years.
21 years. So I was
21 years.
But
21
still,
years of watch time.
21 years of watch time.
Holy.
Like they had me 2 years ago at one of our conferences. They asked if I would speak, or which I mean, to be honest, I was the one person within our company that shouldn't have been doing this talk, but I was the one that was there, and it was like pretty much how social media has helped change our business. So we pulled a bunch of our videos and just was letting people know, like, hey, this is a 30-second clip, but we have 10 years of watch time on this. Like thinking about it in that way is crazy.
Yeah.
Like 21 years it would take to watch that clip 17 million times. That's nuts. That means
that is crazy.
It makes, to me, is like when I saw that, I was like, all right, yep, we're doing the right thing. We need to keep doing this, and we need to lean into it as heavily as we possibly can.
And also at the same time, it kind of actually freaks me out. I'm like, all right, I need to stop spending so much time scrolling my damn self, because all that time is literally people's time. That's literally just been snatched up. Like, it's kind of crazy.
Man, that's trippy. And when you guys put it like that, it's trippy because I did not know, because I look at my time view, whatever you guys talking about, I didn't understand it till right now. I was like, oh, damn. Because that's crazy. It is like a time traveling. It's insane. Yeah. So 20 years.
It's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, and it's like, and then you'll see some of the people's videos out there that have like our cousin. He's in Power Slap.
Yeah.
One of his videos popped for over 206 million views.
Oh.
I could only imagine what the watch time is on that. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's
insane. That's
probably like a century plus of view time. Like,
man, that's insane.
Like,
shout out to that guy.
Yeah,
tell him to come over here to the hot dogs, record a video.
Well, hey, next time he's out here, he was just out here and just got his belt back. He's the middleweight champ. Shout out to Isaiah, Isaiah Quinones, pretty boy, the Puerto Rican pretty boy. Just got his belt back. I know he wants to get after it again, but I'm pretty sure the next one might be in Abu Dhabi, or somewhere in the Middle East. I know that. But yeah, like seeing his videos and those. I mean, there's a reason why Dana White went after Power Slap. He saw the view time. He saw how many views they're getting. Like Power Slap already outdoes UFC's social media when it comes to views.
No way.
He crushes it. Like and like UFC started how much further ahead of Power Slap, and Power Slap crushes it because it's that one moment everyone wants to see. Everyone wants to see the knockout.
So I was just thinking about like Mr. Beast. This is why this dude's gonna be a trillionaire. That he gets like hundreds of millions of views on a video. So I asked it, 300 million views of a 20-minute video would equal how many years of watch time? It's 11,416 years of total watch time.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's insane.
yeah, that's nuts. And that dude, every video he puts out gets that. It's crazy. And a lot of times they're longer than 20 minutes long. Like,
He's got my son watching some of his videos now. He's got access to certain content on one of his Amazon tablets where all of a sudden, like I hear him listening to something. I'm like, are you watching Mr. Beast right now? And it's like going to, I think it was like renting out an island or vacation. Like what would a $50,000 vacation look like? 100,000.
yeah,
like,
it goes from like $1 all the way to like $1 million.
Yeah. And it's like I'm watching he's captured my son. He's 6 years old.
So have you ever listened to him on any like podcasts or interviews or anything?
Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
No, not really.
If you want to get better at making content, study that dude. Because he's putting it out there. He's telling people what to do. Even if you just like watch one of his videos, one of the things I realized when I was still doing a lot of our editing for like the flat glass videos we were putting out a while ago, I haven't done any in a minute, but I started kind of following this premise is like, if you look at most of his videos, if you watch it and start counting to like 3, you'll notice that it either cuts to another angle or there's a zoom in or a zoom out. And if it takes longer than 3 seconds for one of those things to happen, there's probably something in motion. But you can sit there and go 1, 2, 3, and it'll cut. 1, 2, 3, it'll cut. 1, 2, 3, it'll cut. So if you're doing any type of like edited video of something, people's attention span is literally about 3 seconds right now. So if you're not constantly changing what they're looking at about every 3 seconds, like they're gonna scroll to the next thing. So like there's like little editing tricks like that is like the type of stuff he'll put out. Like they don't stay to it like all the time, but definitely the first couple minutes of every video will be like that. And it almost stays consistently all the way through. Even like with his Amazon show he put out, that was like the game show that was 10 episodes long or whatever. For
Foster was
it ended up being like 10 million episodes long. Or the person that won it ended up winning like $10 million, I think.
Yeah.
But even that, which is on Amazon as a game show, like as I'm watching that, I find myself sitting there counting, and it's like they're making those cuts and those edits like every 3 to 4 seconds, over and over and over and over again. And it's literally like hijacking your brain to be interested, like, oh, what's going to be next?
I'm gonna start doing that too
It's
now,
crazy.
man. I'm about to do something crazy, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So there's the people that have figured it out, they're putting it out there. Like that whole YouTube University thing is as real as it gets, man. You don't need to go get a, multi-$100,000 degree at some university to figure out how to make money these days. Like people are putting it out there for free.
That's lit. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I have to check that out, man. I still need I want to learn more too, Anything to boost my business up, I'm in there,
Yeah, it should be a nonstop. I think that's the biggest trap of college in my mind is people think of like, okay, I go to high school, get a degree, and maybe that's where I stop. Or like college is like the end of the road for education. And it's like, nah, you gotta be a lifelong learner. If you're not constantly trying to learn, like hopefully the skill you're learning through school and through college, if you go to college, is how to learn so that you can continue to learn. And read books or whatever, find whatever the new format of that is, because I think audiobooks and podcasts are just like books are awesome because they get new information into your head. That's why they've been so powerful. They still are. But the newer, more convenient way of that is like I can be listening to an audiobook while I'm driving, while I'm sitting on the shitter, while I'm in line at the DMV or wherever. Where I might not be able to sit there and read a book while I'm driving, but I can take that same information in my head just by listening to it.
Very convenient too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all like found time. That's all time that would be wasted that you can actually, it's almost like we're jacked into the matrix. Like an AirPod is literally, it might as well be plugged into the back of your head. You're putting that information into your head all day long if you're doing it.
Yeah. Smart.
Well, damn, dude, I appreciate you coming down.
Hell yeah,
sitting
man.
down, having a conversation. Definitely gonna be following along. We'll be definitely having you back on. If anything, I say tentatively say sometime around March, April.
March?
Yeah.
man. Oh yeah.
See.
Yeah, we can see the progress on the food truck.
The food truck. Yeah, man. I'll post it on Instagram. You know.
Yeah.
If I have a grand opening, you guys better come. You know.
Yeah. Well, if
Food truck.
anything, you might need to come down here and do
Yeah.
it.
I was
do
gonna
it-
say,
do a day down
I was
here.
gonna say,
We'll
do a day
promote,
down
come
here, and we'll sit down and do a podcast at the end of it, and it'd be.
That would be lit. That would be
Yeah.
cool, man. Hopefully, we look at this video and be like, damn, he did it in a year. That would be cool.
I think that's gonna happen, to be honest. After
Appreciate
having
you
this
guys.
conversation,
Hell yeah.
just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Nah,
Like,
thank you
it's
guys. Thank you.
to go from when I first saw your page and you had like 700 followers, now you have 12,000 plus. Like in that time period, like
It's insane.
you're putting the work in. Just don't stop doing what you're doing,
Hell
man.
no. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Where can
Hell
people
yeah.
find you the best?
Instagram on Vegas Street Dogs. Yes, Instagram on Vegas Street Dogs. I try to be on TikTok, but I'm not very consistent on TikTok. Mostly on Instagram, though.
Okay.
Instagram, where's that? Yeah.
All right, guys, you know how this works. Follow along. You guys looking to go get something to eat? Follow him on Instagram, and he'll let you know when he's slinging them hot dogs. Man.
Yeah, you better be quick. When they're gone, they're gone.
They're gone.
All right, have a good one, guys.